All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again. Good morning and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, big weekend, 250th anniversary of the United States. George has got his USA shirt on. I'm your host, Lance Migliaccio, of course, with George Ballantyne. George, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
I'm good. Oh, one of our mods is here. Oh, both our mods are here. Oh, thank God they made it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mods are rise and grind, doing what they do. Of course, welcome to the show. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to hit that follow button. And thanks for joining our 4th of July 250th anniversary edition show. We're excited to be here. Of course, we're excited that the country's made it this long. You know, a lot of superpowers have already declined at this point. We seem to still be on the rise, which is great. And we're happy that all our regular followers and subscribers are here. But if you love the show, hit the thumbs up, hit the comment, get in the comment. Don't be shy. 4th of July weekend. Get in the chat. I don't know. Hopefully you haven't started drinking yet, but who knows? Maybe you have. I'm still on coffee this morning, so I'm not sure where you guys are at. But, of course, get in there, man. Hit that follow button. Follow us on social media. You can do a Rumble Rant tip for 4th of July. Great. We'll probably put it towards some barbecuing or something else, maybe the show. And, of course, the plan, as always, is to help educate and unify the country one episode at a time. So what's up, George? What's going on, man? I know you don't really have any 4th of July planned weekends. Either do I. I've got to keep an eye on our rescue dogs. The two littlest dogs, the two little females, and our cat do not do well with fireworks.
Well, my cousin with his wife and kids are going down to the Jersey Shore.
Mm-hmm.
There's in-laws. They have a house there. So I'm going by his house by myself. He's got a pool. I'll chill out there. Right after this show, I'm going over there. Boom.
You're going to stay there all weekend?
No, I'm not staying in the house.
It's
like 10 minutes away, but I'm just going to go use the pool and lay out.
It's nice.
Why not?
Get a little bronzing done. You had a little bit of that, but only at work, right? You got the sleeve down tan as
no, what? My shirt's off. When I'm out on the roof, I take
are you?
I
didn't know. I didn't know if you were airing out your goods. I don't know what you're doing.
Hell yeah.
I have one of the neighbors might be a hot neighbor, and they might see you up there sweating and go, "Would you like some lemonade?"
Wait a minute. I get a 14-year-old shepherd that acts like a baby with fireworks. Aw.
Yeah, it's tough. Some dogs just don't do well. The other three of mine don't seem to really care at all, but the two little girls.
Some of them say if you put they make like a jacket or a vest that gives them like comfort.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we do that. We actually do that. But it's one of those things that just some dogs have a reaction and some don't. When I was training with dogs years ago, of course, they didn't have any reaction because they'd been raised around, gunfire and everything else. So it's different. But the two little females came out of a house with 96 other dogs. It was kind of a big dog hoarding situation. So they've always been a little bit shyer than our other dogs. I think because they were so small and so tiny, they had to hide a lot, trying to get food. Because I guess the house had a full mix of big dogs and little dogs. Because that's what I heard. All right, listen, of course, we love our sponsors. If you want to sponsor the show, you can hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. Love our crypto, love our gold and silver. That's why we're promoting the Genesis Gold Group Prepper Bar. This is a 62.2 gram Prepper Bar, perforated and very easily broken down in your choice of 3 separate denominations. Of course, it fits a multitude of needs, whether it be for diversification, asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or in the case of the Prepper Bar, its very unique utility for barter and trade. Makes a perfect gift. Doesn't matter. Grandkids, children, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, you name it. Nobody's not going to be happy getting some gold and silver at these prices. You hold on to it. Hopefully you never need it, but just in case you need it, at least you have it. Exclusively mined and minted in the great US of A and selling out fast as always, although they do have them both in stock. I checked with Jonathan Rose earlier in the week. They got plenty. They just got a big restock of gold and silver. So they're available right now. They're in stock. Fit neatly in your wallet, fit neatly in your underwear drawer, sock drawer, safety deposit box, you name it. And of course, their utility enables use in any situation. Don't wait. Get a few. Hold on to them. Have them just in case. You head over to GenesisGoldGroup.com. That's right, GenesisGoldGroup.com. Or you can call them at 888-526-7154. 888-526-7154. Don't forget to tell them that the Big Mig Show sent you. You got a special discount. The Big Mig Show at GenesisGoldGroup.com.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
All right. Well, George, we talked about it last night. We said, you know what, man, we got to do a show. We almost weren't going to do a show.
Well, no, we don't have to do a show because one of our esteemed Big Mig Mafia members, Ultra Mad Girl 45, said, I'll do a show. So we decided to do a show.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, fuck. Nah, we're just kidding. Nah, we decided, why not? Lance is right.
Yeah, and the truth is, I mean, you know, we're only going to have this 250th birthday ever. Here it is, here and now. Of course, getting here was no easy path. But George has got, you know, he was excited about it. He's got a couple of set the moods for us. He's doubling up here.
Oh, let me do the
Go ahead,
thumbnail.
George.
Oh, Big Mig Show, 4th of July celebration. We're doing a Big
America
Mig
250.
style.
That's it. What was that, Gingham style? What was that that thing that went viral, Gingham style? We need a Big Mig style.
That is Big Mig
dance.
style.
Maybe you can create a dance, George, from your old break moves.
So I believe this video, I think, you know, Travis Estrada does all the dirt bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Him and a few people made this video. This is a badass video. So we got two.
A date which will live in infamy.
That the only thing we have to fear is
Look at the size of that flag, bro. Right? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's Black Rifle Coffee, too, with them. He did it. That's right.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Badass, right?
Yeah. Really cool.
We need more of that stuff. Definitely more of that stuff. So now, yesterday in Texas, they did a drone show with 2,500 drones. This is in North Richmond Hills, Texas. I don't know if anybody's from Texas here watching or listening. Come join the chat. I'll give you a shout out. Because, you know, in Texas, they always say everything is bigger in Texas. And they did this, I mean, beautiful patriotic display. It was created by Sky Elements Drone Shows. Check this out. that shit, right?
Yeah. I've seen some of this stuff because they've been doing it in
That thing was beautiful right there.
Yeah, this drone technology is really nuts. It's really gotten nuts. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so great way to celebrate the country. I'm sure there's going to be incredible fireworks shows around the country tonight and tomorrow through the weekend. I'm sure it's going to be unbelievable.
Well, you know, saying that, Lance, so you would think they'd be all over the country, right? But no, there's some like cities, Boston, Buffalo. There's a couple more that, you know, they were celebrating with the Somalia independence with their flag going up. And I just got to say this. Those people should be banned, whoever those mayors and all them are, from ever holding office. There's no way no other flag should take precedent over the American flag. And they want to celebrate Somali independence. What the hell is so great about that third world shithole of a country? If it was so great, why are all the Somalians coming here then? Go back to Somalia. Fuck, we'll buy the tickets for all you people. That's the case. Celebrate. And like, man, if I lived in that town, I was in Buffalo. They at night, it was yet last night or something. They went and took the Somalia flag down. Somebody took it down. And they cut the cable so they can't put another one up. Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, same thing with Buffalo. Like, this is America, baby. You ain't proud to be American? Get the fuck out.
No doubt.
That's it. Plain and simple. That was simple, right? That was easy. You know, a little button. That was easy.
I think that was executed perfectly, George. I have zero to add to what you just said.
Damn.
You're right over the target.
Fucking Somalians.
I just think that anybody that's doing that just shows what their real intent is towards the country. Those aren't the kind of people.
You know what, Lance?
Yes, sir.
Barricade 59 Highway. What up? Welcome to the show and chat. Good to see you. I've never seen him before or her. I don't know if it's him or her, but.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the show. We appreciate it. Of course, we're excited to be here today.
We're going to do a little history lesson, Lance, because they don't want to teach us stuff in school. So we're going to teach about why we're celebrating 250 years, Lance. Is that what we're doing?
Everybody has to kind of remember. You always have to remember where you've been to know where you're hopefully going. And at the end of the day, the United States has a great history of how we got here. But some people may not know all the details. So we thought we'd just do a quick top 20 of what got us here. So a lot of people don't really know that the Treaty of Paris, which was the end of the French and Indian War, that's February 10th, 1763. Britain defeated France in this global war. Of course, they gained this vast territory, but of course, huge debt. So what did they do to recover? You know what they did. The Britain turned to taxing its American colonies. Of course, taxation without representation. So that's kind of where the first seeds of discontent start. That's 1763, of course. In the proclamation of 1763, King George III forbids colonial settlement west of the Appalachian Mountains. Of course, he wants to avoid Native American conflicts. Many colonists view this as an unfair restriction on their expansion and opportunity. They're there because they left the crown royalties so that they could actually have an opportunity to make money. They don't like King George all of a sudden saying, "Oh, we're going to stop you from doing this." Then here comes the Stamp Act. That's March 22nd, 1765. Britain imposed the first direct tax on the colonies. They did it on newspapers, legal documents, and much more. Of course, the colonists protested vigorously with the cry, there it is, no taxation without representation. So that's 1765. And of course, that's when the organized resistance starts. Then comes the Townshend Acts of 1767. New taxes again on everyday imports like tea, glass, and paper. And you know what happened? The colonists responded with boycotts. The British troops arrived in Boston to enforce compliance, which, of course, you know how the colonies reacted to that. Not happy. That started to get the real problems going. Of course, then the Boston Massacre of 1770. British soldiers fired into a crowd in Boston. They killed 5 colonists. And, of course, the Patriot propaganda turned the event into a powerful symbol of British tyranny. Now, the Gaspee Affair, one you might not know about, that's June 9th, 1772. Colonists in Rhode Island burned a British customs ship. enforcing unpopular trade laws. So they burn it down. Of course, the British response leads to the creation of the Committee of Correspondence for the Colonial Unity, which is the early part of how the colonies decide they're going to start defending themselves. And then the big one, the Boston Tea Party, December 16th, 1773. This has been, of course, well known. Everybody probably knows this one. Of course, disguised colonists dumped 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor to protest the Tea Act. Of course, the British, what do? Harsh retaliation. Now, you know, the British, they've been known for this. They've been doing it all over the globe up to this point. They did it after this. And, of course, the Intolerable Coercive Acts, March to June of 1774, British punishes Massachusetts by closing the Boston ports, altering its government, imposing other restrictions. Of course, all the colonists across all the colonies see this as a threat to all their liberties. And that is what triggers the First Continental Congress. And that's September to October of 1774. Delegates from 12 colonies meet in Philadelphia, and they coordinate the resistance, which, of course, is really the big start of our great nation. They organize boycotts. They petition the king, showing growing colonial unity. Magna Carta, they start to push on that being an agenda that they want to pursue here. Battle of Lexington and Concord, April 19, 1775. The British troops attempt to seize colonial weapons. Not a good idea. That's why we have the Second Amendment. The shot heard round the world, of course, that's the quote that becomes famous, and that ignites the Revolutionary War. And then the Second Continental Congress in Washington is appointed. That's May to June 1775. Congress convenes in Philadelphia, and they form the Continental Army. And here is where George Washington becomes commander-in-chief to lead the fight. Now, I lived in Battle Hill in White Plains when we actually moved out of the Bronx. I lived on Alexander Avenue. It was a very well-known place. Battle of Bunker Hill, June 17, 1775, a British victory. Colonial forces prove they can stand against professional troops. They boost, which of course boosts patriot morale. Even though the British would call that a victory, it's a very close fight. And of course, King George, not happy about it, he has a proclamation of rebellion, and that's August 1775. The king declares the colonies in open rebellion and rejects peace overtures, closing the door on reconciliation, which was probably good for us, because at this point, Thomas Paine steps up, and that's January 10th, 1776. Of course, this is a pamphlet. He argues for complete independence and a Republican form of government. Remember, we're not we're not a democracy. We're a sovereign republic, right? We're a government that believes in democratic values, but we're a constitutional republic. So that, of course, shifts the colonial opinion. And then you got the Layla Resolution, which is June 7th, 1776. Richard Henry Lee proposes that the colonies are free and independent states, and Congress begins serious debate on declaring independence. And then here it comes, baby. Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776, and that's what we're celebrating. Congress adopts Thomas Jefferson's document, proclaim the colonies break free from Britain, and assert that all men are created equal with unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we continue forward with that. Although your own government seems to believe that the Constitution is not the supreme law of the land, let's face it, congressional members ignore it constantly. But that's not the truth. So the Articles of Confederation were ratified in 1781. That's the first Constitution of the United States. And it creates a loose alliance of states during the war, but its weak central government soon reveals serious flaws because they haven't really gotten the leadership they need yet. And of course, Treaty of Paris, Britain formally recognizes American independence. They hated it, but they did it anyway. That was September 3rd, 1783, which ended the Revolutionary War and established U.S. boundaries. And our U.S. Constitution was signed, hopefully everybody knows this, September 17th, 1787, and ratified in 1788. That all happened with the delegates of the Philadelphia Convention. That was a new framework for the stronger federal government, separation of powers, specific limits to the federal government, 17 subject matters specific to the Constitution, and it created a foundation for what's our great republic now. And then, of course, here comes the Bill of Rights, December 15, 1791. That's the first 10 amendments championed by James Madison. And it guarantees fundamental freedoms such as speech, religion, assembly, arms, and due process, addressing, of course, the concerns and completing the promise of liberty. And that's what gets us kind of the basis for where we're at now, you know, because of course, those are the supreme laws of the land, right? It's the you know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Don't ever let anybody take it away from you. You should fight for every ounce of it. That includes the young people that watch this show. The older people, a lot of them have served. So for those veterans that have served, thank you for your service on this great holiday weekend. We wouldn't be here without you.
Exactly.
Freedom is guaranteed by you.
Exactly. Everybody that put on a uniform from back to 1776, fighting the Revolutionary War, to even the Civil War, World War I, II, Vietnam War, all the wars after. It's all because you could have your freedom, people. So you could sit here, watch what you want to watch, say what you need to say, which should be without any consequences. Although, you know, some administrations do that. Speaking of the past one. However, so thank a military vet, active or duty, or any veterans.
You know, or retired, of course.
Yeah, veterans.
Without them, we wouldn't have what we have. So you have to appreciate everything they've done. And they should have the highest level of service and commitment by this country. But you've seen some of the things that have happened. Hasn't been the case. They should be respected at a higher level. But you've got people that have never served that bitch and moan like a bunch of schoolgirls. And they want to give all these benefits to illegal immigrants, and they want to take benefits away from our veterans, which I think is crazy. I think our veterans deserve better than that, and they deserve more than they're getting even now. All right, George, you got a big story here.
I got, you know what, Lance? We got, actually, guys, we have a bunch of big stories. I didn't, you know what? I thought the news cycle was going to be blah. That's why we were thinking about not doing a show, but we said, let's celebrate America, Big Mig style. But
America,
you know, the FBI, you know, when they raided Fulton County, Georgia, right? Well, they just expanded their investigation and sent out hundreds of analysts to review records. They actually sent out 260 investigative analysts to assist with their ongoing investigation to the fraud that took place in Fulton County, Georgia during the 2020 presidential election. So, I mean, like of course we want to see indictments, we want to see arrests, but, you know, with that much, I guess, paperwork and all that stuff to go through, which is weird because you have all these people that went through all the stuff and they found all the anomalies, but like they have all the paperwork, but I don't know, does the FBI want to just double check and get all their I's dotted and T's crossed before they bring indictments and stuff? That's what it seems like. I mean, if you want to do it, I guess do it right? That's what I'd be saying. But there's a lot of records they got to go through. They said there's they're completing approximately 708 record checks by July 17th. This come from Kash Patel. I mean, you got to figure how much paperwork they had, right? Then go through all that, then again double check what, you know, go through all the electronic stuff. Because they seized, like, it was just, I think, just over around 600 boxes of election materials. That's including what? Original 2020 ballots. Lance, you see in Colorado, it just came out that they deleted a bunch of records?
I did not.
Yeah.
But isn't that what poor Tina Peters was alleging?
Yes. That's why she was preserving the data. Because they were
Poor
deleting
Tina
it.
Peters attacked for actually doing her job. And it's crazy what she had to do to get out of jail. Suffering Gold Star mom, Navy SEAL son, killed in combat. And, you know, and now we're finding out that, well, gosh, they did delete records. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
I hope that Jenna Griswold and many others face the long arm of justice. I'd love to see her get a 10-year stretch. That nasty Karen Bitch.
Well, I say
let's play this clip, George.
No, hold on. So the FBI is saying that they're requesting to sort out the identities of every worker involved in administrating the 2020 election in Fulton County. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. They should have a record of every election worker, right?
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. And of course, Fulton County they ain't responding. They ain't saying nothing. They're just trying to get this thrown out. They've tried. And then you look at what we have there's a Secretary of State Republican, Brad Raffensperger, who's probably complicit in on this, and with the Governor George Kemp, because they didn't do nothing to try to secure this or help or stop it. I say they're complicit. You want to play the clip? Play the clip. Lance wants to play the clip. We're playing the damn clip, everybody.
FBI agents are going through materials found today during a search of the Fulton County, Georgia election office. That search is said to be related to the 2020 election. Correspondent David Spunt has details tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. FBI agents are still on site at the records warehouse for the Fulton County, Georgia Board of Elections. The matter is sealed before a court, meaning details are limited, but we can report this is related to the 2020 presidential election. Sources tell Fox News that agents retrieved documents, phones, and computers after a judge signed a warrant. President Trump has long made Georgia, and specifically Fulton County, a target of his complaints relating to the 2020 election. Shortly after that election, Trump spoke to Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and said he needed 11,780 votes to win the state. At the time, Raffensperger said he felt pressure from Trump and denied any widespread election fraud. He continues to deny it to this day. Now, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis brought state criminal charges against then former President Trump and others in 2023 for conspiracy to overturn the election. But her prosecution, Brett, was eventually derailed completely after it was revealed she had an intimate relationship with the top prosecutor on her team, and it could have tainted the case. Late last year, a judge dismissed the case in its entirety. Now, Brett, last month, the Justice Department sued Fulton County, Georgia, seeking access to 2020 voting records after state officials allegedly failed to respond to a subpoena. Fox News has learned the head of the FBI's Atlanta field office was recently forced out in recent days, but it's unclear, Brett, if this is all related.
You know, I'm wondering, how come the FBI hasn't raided Wayne County in Michigan? Because you know there's a lot of fraud there. What about Maricopa County? I mean, if we're going to do it, might as well just do this right. Probably Pennsylvania, too. I mean, why only Fulton? Why only Georgia? The lights went out in Georgia? I don't know.
Wait, I want to give a shout out on this holiday to Sears B. Melody. If you're not following Sears B over on X, you should be. She's one of the most loyal reposters we have. She'll take the live link during the show. She's been a great supporter. That is Sears B on X. Melody, if you don't know her, you should get to know her. She's a great patriot, and she works really hard. She helps us with the show quite a bit. She's really helped us grow. So whatever you can do to support her, and, of course, whatever you can do to support the show, you can take the live link during the show and share it on your own social media, grow your own social media. That live link share is a big deal because it's why we're live. So, of course, you're promoting people to come on over, celebrate the 250th anniversary. A lot of shows didn't do a show this weekend. So we're filling in the gap. Of course, a lot of the big ones took time off, spent it with their families. All right.
Hold on. So somebody put in the chat, they have a birthday coming up on 2 weeks. Rat Dog, July 16th. She's going to be 33 years old, she says in the chat. I know it's July 16th, but yeah, 33. All right, well, we'll wish you happy birthday.
Congratulations. Happy birthday early. So thanks for joining us, Rat Dog. We always appreciate you being here.
Ultra MAGA Girls 45 says, thank you for doing a show, Lance.
Well, we appreciate it. We're excited to be here. Actually, we didn't have anything that was more important than doing this. We love doing shows with you guys, but we don't like to do it if we think there isn't going to be. The only time you see us not do a show is when we think we're doing you guys a disservice. When we feel like maybe we're going to put up a show and the content or maybe the stories aren't the quality of what you guys deserve. That's a lot of it. That's the one time George and I'll look and be like, oh my God, the news is awful. Sure, we could squeak something out, but is that really what you want us to do? We don't think so. We want you guys to walk away educating and unifying the country one episode at a time. So it's all part of the plan. So you guys have the tools when you're at family outings with other people, and you can say, look, did you know about this? Were you aware of this? It doesn't have to be a battle because there's a lot of families that have people from both sides of the aisle at events. The point is many people are not educated, and that's what we're here to do is help you guys, increase your knowledge base. All right, federal agents just arrested hundreds of violent criminals in the Chicago area over the last few months. They're arresting more even now. I guess they're pretty active right now during the holiday. And, of course, what do the Democrat politicians do? Everything they can to stop any kind of accountability, to stop these people from getting arrested. It's more of the same. What happened to protecting Americans, making our streets safe, especially on holiday weekends?
Well, Chicago ain't going to do shit. I mean, look how many, a couple weeks ago, there was how many shootings and stuff?
I believe they're going to do shit. It's the fact that they should be doing shit. It's the fact that their obligation is to protect the people. And protecting violent criminals is not part of that.
No, they rather protect illegals, Lance. Come on. You know how the liberals are.
I know.
I mean,
Let's play the clip.
they took a lot of arrests in Chicago, federal agents. Somebody's got to do the work because they don't want to do it.
A new dawn for fighting crime. That is how the U.S. Attorney here is describing this new anti-violence federal push, and he says what he's doing is unprecedented.
To our knowledge, this has never been done before in the Northern District of Illinois. And making the operation badgeless created shared accountability and unified, mission-minded anti-violence work starting in the spring and continuing into the summer.
Officials say within the last 60 days or so, 179 people have been charged in 140 newly filed cases. U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros calling this operation, quote, badgeless because it required the work of multiple different agencies, including HSI, FBI, DEA, and ATF. Some of those taken into custody are accused of murder, armed robbery, and distributing fentanyl. One example from this operation was just announced yesterday. Those 3 alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua taken into custody right here in Illinois in connection with a man murdered back in May. Investigators say he was shot multiple times and left for dead in a bathtub in an abandoned building after being kidnapped. And in these images from the complaint released today, one of the suspects appears to be wearing an ankle monitor. Pacheco Torres was already out of custody while facing other criminal charges, and Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche pointed blame on sanctuary city policies, specifically no cash bail, and the U.S. Attorney here agrees.
We've got a problem with the Cook County judges. And more of you need to start reporting on that. Because what you see are people who are violent offenders, repeat violent offenders, that the Cook County judges decide to release on pretrial condition.
Well, somebody's got to do the work. Thankfully, the DOJ and the Department of Justice are doing the work, as are many of our great federal law enforcement agents. Shame on the mayor. Shame on the governor. Shame on them for what they're doing to Illinois and Chicagoans. Terrible. All right. There's a big victory. Tell me about it, George. What happened here? This sounds to be huge.
What happened where? What are we talking about? Massive victory in North Carolina? Where's my North Carolina peeps? We got Rat Dog in there. So, nobody's talking about this, but we will, because this is a big win for everybody anyway. So the North Carolina legislature, they just steamrolled the Democrat governor's veto, and actually they slammed through a tough new law. No more taxpayer-funded welfare, housing, or handouts for illegal aliens. No more. Fini. Plus, state law enforcement must now team up with ICE to get deportations done. Man, if North Carolina ain't on the forefront of this one, I don't see any other states doing it. Kudos to North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a big one. Going to stop it. Of course, those illegals will leave there when they can't get the free handouts. That's what it's all about. But of course, hopefully ICE will do what they have to do, get them deported, and we'll be done with it. But I'd like to see more states do this. Not enough of this going on around the country.
It's actually Senate Bill 153. It's now the law of the land. Huge win for North Carolina. So my hat's off to you guys. Congratulations. You all did good. Lance, we can take a break if you want.
Let's do that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got big news coming out of U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro.
Got big stories.
You don't want to mess with national monuments. I can tell you this, mandatory minimums on those. Big mistake, defiling, damaging, and committing acts of domestic terrorism, potentially. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here at the 250th anniversary, July 4th. Special edition, big show, baby. We're here. We're doing it. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with George Valentino, myself, Lance Moriachi. It's edge of the knife, tip of the spear, holiday or otherwise. It's how we do it.
Party, it's 4th of July.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. 4th of July style, I should say. Here we host Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine, Big Mig Mafia in the chat, Big Mig Army. You know, let me give a shout out. Zanara. I don't even know what that. Lone Moon? What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. What else is in there? I don't know. If you're listening, come join the chat. I'll give you a shout out. Right now, let's go. Get in the chat. Bunch of great people in there. My all-time favorites. Everybody's in there. So get out there. Get in the chat. Say hello. I'll give you a shout out on air. But don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Follow, like, share. And if you could subscribe, $5 a month. Truly appreciate it. Every little bit helps. So let us help you guys out. Especially for the people that can't watch their crypto 24/7. Talking about Block Trust IRA. They have their exclusive Animus AI trading platform, works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This is sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, but now it's available to you. And this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all with military-grade security and up to $200 million in insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see you can join this financial revolution. It's finally giving Americans access to the crypto opportunity of a lifetime. You like that revolution because we're celebrating our 250-year revolution tomorrow. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you get up to $2,500 of free crypto. Screenshot, take it, QR code's there, links in the chat, links in the more section of the video. We got you covered every which way. All you got to do is make the call or go online and check. Any questions, you can always email us at info@thebigmig.com, or if you have any issues or anything, we always will work it out, get it worked out for you. Info@thebigmig.com. Or you just want to say hello and wish us a happy 4th of July, you can do that too. All right, Lance. I know we've been talking about this, and I hope they make an example so nobody else defaces any more federal statutes or buildings and stuff. Because, you know, you idiots out there that are doing it, the reflecting pool of statues, that's for everybody to enjoy. Doesn't matter what race you are, what color you are, where you come from, liberal, Democrat, constitutional, conservative, middle of the road, whatever. It's for everybody. Only you terrorists don't want to enjoy it and want to destroy it. That's right. You're a freaking terrorist. Take it away, Lance. What do we got? What's going on?
Well, look, this is heavy. Of course, she just announced, this is Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney. She just announced the D.C. grand jury indicted this former Olympic canoeist, which is just horrible in itself that he actually represented the United States. David Hearn, he was caught ripping the sealant in the reflecting pool. So they've made one indictment so far, felony destruction of property, which is facing, a 10-year sentence. I imagine they'll add some other superseding charges to this. What an idiot. What an incredible amount of stupidity, because Donald Trump decided to make the reflecting pool look better, tried to fix it for all American people, cleaned up D.C. for all American people. I was talking to Dr. Michael Schwartz yesterday, and he was telling me how D.C. is so much better now. He said you could walk around with a big wad of cash in your hand and nobody's going to come after you. Nobody's going to attack you.
Wait, he walks around with big wad of cash?
Yeah. I guess
I'm going to go jump his ass and take his money then.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you're not safe from George, but you are safe from other people in D.C. But the point is, look, that's what it's supposed to be about. You're supposed to go to the nation's capital. Listen, we have delegates and leadership from all over the globe coming to Washington, D.C. Wouldn't you want it to be a shining beacon? Wouldn't you want it to be safe? I mean, when George and I were there for an event, it was amazing how many homeless encampments and how much graffiti and trash, and the city just wasn't looking what it should look like.
You don't hear very much a lot murders going on there either, huh?
No.
Shockingly surprising.
It's incredible what Donald Trump has done. And then you got a jackass like this guy, David Hearn. And this was a delivered and deliberate act of damage. He did it on purpose. And he tried to, of course, I'm sure there were so many others involved. I hope they get all of them. Let's listen to Jeanine.
So, today a grand jury has returned a felony indictment against a defendant, David Hearn, for felony destruction of property, for which he faces 10 years in prison. The indictment is in response to an incident that occurred on June 19th of 2026, in which the defendant Hearn ripped a piece of recently installed sealant on the bottom of the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial. The evidence shows, we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt, that Hearn willfully destroyed property at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. This was a deliberate act to damage the reflecting pool at the National Mall that members of the National Park Service actually have worked hard to restore and have witnessed. By Hearn's own admission, on June 19th, he reached down into the pool. Our evidence further shows that the National Park Service employees observed Hearn actually forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both hands. According to witnesses, Hearn damaged approximately 2 square feet of sealant from the bottom of the pool. A Parks employee actually told Hearn to stop his behavior and stop what he was doing. Hearn reacted by shouting at that Parks employee, saying that she cared too much about the reflecting pool, and why did she even care, since it wasn't her pool. Now, Mr. Hearn's behavior was characterized by witnesses as belligerent, rude, and disrespectful, according to National Park Service employees that witnessed the event. Now, let me talk a moment about those employees. Many of those employees have come from around the country because they are proud of this nation They are proud of the 250th anniversary that we are about to experience. Many of them have decided to step away from their desks and to go outside and actually work next to the pool to witness what was going on, as opposed to staying in a cool office. These are the witnesses that we're talking about in this case. These are the people who care about this particular monument and what is going on. They work long hours and they are tireless in their efforts. And they must be shown respect and not be treated with belligerence and with disrespect by those who seek to damage the very monuments that they are there to protect.
Oh, I was muted.
Hope they throw the book at him.
Yeah, make an example.
Yeah.
You know, so you know what? So let me say something, because I've seen a lot of people put, especially a lot of, I'm going to say women, put videos talking about, you know, the couple that climbed Empire State Building. They're actually from Jersey, they said. They climbed and put the flag, and then he proposed to her. And a lot of women say, "Oh man, you got a lot to like top that, this and that." And I respond. I says, "Are you nuts?" I says, he just gave his new fiance a whole world of stress and chaos, because now they just got all these criminal charges that they'd be facing some time. And now you got to go to court. You can't have the same lawyer. You have to have separate lawyers, by the way. That's money. All going to court? Nah. That, and it, like, they don't think about that. They just see, oh, a guy proposing, but they don't think of the consequences of that. Get the hell out of here.
Not great.
Women.
All right.
Broads, I tell you.
What happened here with the Secret Service, George?
They failed. This is
That's a pretty simple answer.
Yeah. Government watchdog report reveals the U.S. Secret Service, listen to this, missed 102 local radio transmissions about a gunman that tried to assassinate Trump at the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
So they did not receive those 102 transmissions about a gunman. That's why, like, I don't know. That's why you have to think like they were somehow in knowledge of this or were involved. Because the Secret Service just don't fail like that.
Well, if you're looking to secure, in a state, right? If you're looking to secure an event or a location, and you're working with local law enforcement, you would think that comms, you would think that a comm room or being on top of transmissions from everybody involved would be one of the top priorities. Pretty simple, right? You're going to have a bunch of regular law enforcement, not federal, and they're interacting with federal agents. Don't you need a direct line of communication for everybody to work off of one channel on a radio? Pretty simple, pretty ridiculous they didn't do that. I'm sure that the Secret Service wanted their own channels, but they should have had channels also for this. Maybe secondary radios or something else. Pretty stupid, but unbelievable. 102 local radio transmissions about Crooks before he fired the shot. Yeah, this is pretty suspicious. They admit it, but look. Whatever.
They got 5, the Secret Service received only 5 phone calls and 3 text messages about Crooks.
Yeah, out of 102 messages.
I mean, talk about a major fuck up, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, they monitor all traffic and all signals this way, because if you got any drones or anything, they'll jam the signals if they need to be. That's why I'm not buying it. That's why I think they were complicit in this somehow, some way.
No doubt.
Has anybody been held accountable?
No.
Oh, man. No consequences, huh? Wow.
Well, it looks
Amazing.
like ICE is stepping up their game, George.
Yeah, this is since the ruling on birthright citizenship. Here we go. What did ICE do? They detained over 10,000 illegals in 5 days, getting ready for a big deportation surge. And I don't know, you see people criticizing DHS Secretary Mullen. One in particular, her last name is Loomer. She was doing it the other day. But he announced all these deportations. They're now averaging over 3,200 per day.
Wow.
3,200 deport, with 70% involving people facing criminal charges or felony convictions.
A lot of criminals.
Yep, this is coming from the from the White House, applying pressure to get more increased arrests. They're going from 1,000 to 2,000 daily, but he's doing like 3,200. Good for them. That's a promise kept. Now we just got to get him to keep all the other promises, right? Train the deep state swamp. Can we get that? I don't know. But Lance, you're going to like this one. Well,
yeah.
This one sounds good on paper, Lance. What will come of it? I don't know. This is why I think he chose Pulte to do all this dirty work till he gets somebody permanent. Trump grants acting DNI Pulte broad declassification powers. Look at that. He instructed him, and he's got no, listen, it's weird because he has no intelligence background, right? He was more of like a builder, like Trump. He instructed him to declassify whatever he wants over the next month or two until nominee Jay Clayton's confirmation.
I love it.
Declassify whatever he wants over the next month or two. So here's the thing, though. They could declassify anything, but, let's say the CIA, they'll either Sharpie everything out or they'll stonewall it, delay it, however, how they've been doing. I mean, who's got the ultimate authority? If they say declassify it, but they have to go through everything, and then, all we get is a blank sheet of paper, all them black marks.
Well, Hillary Clinton is urging federal employees to refuse to share information. When is Hillary Clinton going to go away? When are we not going to have to listen to her any longer? When are they going to arrest her ugly crone ass? I'm so sick of Hillary Clinton's name coming up in politics. I just wish this bitch would either disappear, retire, or maybe have a life-threatening health event that would just take her out of the mix. I'm over it. I don't really want to hear from her anymore. I'm tired of looking at that nasty, ugly face of hers. Unbelievable. She's recommending that federal employees ignore Pulte and other, executive branch members. All right. What about New Orleans kangaroo court, George?
This is crazy. I'm sure. I don't know what, what? This came out this morning, but how are they even possible to do this? And they call it kangaroo court, right? This is New Orleans. They issued an arrest warrant for the Louisiana Attorney General, Liz Murrill, saying after a grand jury indicted her on 16 felony counts for defending state law against rogue local officials. So she's actually applying the rule of law, but you have, New Orleans, they're so corrupt over there. They've been corrupt for so long. They don't want to abide by this state law. Well, she's Attorney General, top law officer of the state, and she's implementing the law. So, I mean, they did some kind of secret indictment panel or something to get this done. I don't know how they're even getting this done.
It's crazy.
But she's
nothing like stopping somebody from doing their job by lawfare.
I want to see what the governor's going to do on this.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do something. I would freaking start arresting all these people that trying to get her indicted on this because it's all bullshit.
100%.
She's a Republican. I mean, 8 counts. Look at this: 8 counts of malfeasance in office and 8 counts of public intimidation and retaliation.
Wow. And
they're saying these charges. Listen to this. They stem from May 13th letters she sent to New Orleans Mayor Elena Moreno, District Attorney Jason Williams, and 5 city council members. Now, in his letters, she warned officials that their attempts to circumvent a new state law urging the city's separate civil and criminal court clerks' offices could trigger serious consequences under Louisiana's, usurper laws? Including potential removal from office by Governor Jeff Landry. So what is she doing? She's applying the rule of law. It's a law, but they want to try to circumvent it. New Orleans.
Yes, indeed.
So this is your classic where when they say they can indict a ham sandwich. This is what they're talking about right here.
Yeah.
She didn't break the law. She's enforcing the law. They're the ones breaking the law. But so I like to see what they presented to this indictment panel, who these people are.
No doubt. All right, let's talk about, this is big news coming out of the Newsom camp, George.
It is, Lance. I don't know if you guys hear this, but the FBI used a Democratic insider as an informant to infiltrate Newsom's inner circle during corruption probe. She was actually wearing a wire. And
There
you
it
know,
is.
Newsom is freaking out. He already put an email blast for donations from his PAC. They say this is, but people don't want to say this is Trump administration. No, this is all coming before Trump when a bunch of whistleblowers came forward. That nothing to do with Trump, but Newsom will try to say that.
Big news. Hopefully Newsom goes down.
Remember when his
Him and wife
former chief
convicted.
of staff, Dana Williamson, was indicted on federal wire fraud charges last year?
Yep.
And Newsom fumed as he announced the corruption probe had expanded and him and his wife are on an investigation, yada, yada, yada. Well, Gavin and Jennifer, hopefully those ankle bracelets and wrist bracelets are going to be coming, hopefully. I mean,
I hope so. All right. Well, that's good. We're going to end on that note. That's good news. Of course, thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate you guys joining the Big Ming Show special edition. Have a safe and secure and enjoyable holiday weekend. Enjoy the 250th anniversary. Celebrate your country. Celebrate the 4th of July safely. Keep your head on a swivel. Lots of bad people out there. You don't want to take a chance. Don't take a chance. If you got a full carry, you might want to just be strapped and wrapped when you go out. All right. We love you guys. Thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out the door. We can always use comments and shares. Do what you can and follow us on all social media platforms. George, last words, my brother.
Well, you all have a blessed weekend. Happy 4th of July to you and your families. Please stay safe and vigilant out there if you're going to be at any big events. I will be nowhere, so if anybody wants to hang out, you can always email us. Anyway, have fun. Don't eat too much barbecue. Save some for me. I'm hungry. Peace.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth. These canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.